Hi, you guys. Welcome to the channel. I found out some information about Social Security that will be changing soon. So come on, I'm going to have a seat and I'll tell you all about it. Social Security identity proofing will begin on March 31st of 2025. You will no longer have the option to verify your ID with Social Security Administration over the phone. This is to prevent fraudulent redirection of benefit checks. If you have not set up your online personal Social Security account, you will have to visit a local Social Security office to prove your identity in person. They are no longer accepting you to identify yourself over the phone or online after March 31st. So if you want to apply for benefits, you can do it online or in person, but no longer over the phone. If you don't have a My Account for Social Security, I'll tell you how to get one. You go to SSA.GOV /My Account and set up your account for Social Security information and benefits, all of that before March 31st. After that, you will not be able to set it up unless you go to the office to identify who you are. You have to sign in with the login.gov or sign in with the ID.me. Now, if you have a Social Security account, but you're using a username, that's no longer valid. That's obsolete and you'll have to change that. So they're doing all of this to prevent fraud from happening. And so according to DOJ, dozens of Social Security Administration offices are set to close across the U.S. on advice of DOJ, which is the Department of Government Efficiency, in order to shrink the size of federal government fraud and cut waste. They will be having the staff at Social Security Administration working 5 days a week to provide the maximum staffing that will be needed through this transition. Now, if you have your online profile set up, you can go in there and you can change your contact information. You can apply for Medicare. You can get new Social Security cards. You can see your Social Security statement. You can get your benefit letter. You can change your direct deposit. And I'm going to give you guys a number that if you want to set up an appointment, you can call this number, 1-800-772-1213. And that way you can get an appointment set up if you need to go in to identify who you are. And a lot of this is going to be for people who are applying, who are new to Social Security, unless you've already set up your account at SSA.gov. Now, when I did it, I started setting it up over the internet, over the online, but then I think it directed me to call because I was trying to set it up to get my Social Security started, and it I think directed me to call a number. So I actually spoke to someone who helped me set up my Social Security payments, and that was a couple of years ago. So things are changing now. They're trying to prevent fraud. They're trying to prevent people changing bank accounts and directing other people's checks into their account. As you know, DOJ says there are people who are 150 years old who are still getting checks. And I don't believe that one bit, because if that was the case, all they have to do is go and verify who that they can go themselves to verify who that person is getting a check at 150 years old. They can go verify that. They want to verify everything. But when it comes down to somebody doing fraud, go verify it, or stop the checks if you think that's what's happening. I had read somewhere that a gentleman, I think he's in his 80s, for some reason they declared him as deceased, and he stopped getting his check for February and March. And he's fighting to get his money back because they put down, they really messed him up. They got him blocked as being deceased. And it's a sad situation where we've got people going into our Social Security and deciding who's here and who's not. It's really a sad situation that we have to go through this. Now, it's one thing to verify something, but stop assuming. And I feel like that's what a lot of these people are doing. They're assuming that somebody's receiving it fraudulently. As you heard, well, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that because I'll get upset. So we're not going to talk about that. But anyway, things are changing for Social Security. It's kind of a good thing that they're trying to verify these who everyone is, but is it really cost efficient for them to be doing this? And I'm sure that if somebody's not getting their Social Security check, they will be making a call to the Social Security Administration to find out where their check is. And okay, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. But it's getting really scary as far as what's going on with Social Security. But I want you guys all to go online today, in the next week, and get your Social Security, your SSA.GOV My Account set up so that you won't have to make phone calls to find out when you can get an appointment. And if they're closing all these offices around the United States, how far will you have to go to get an appointment? And people who don't know how to use online technology, what are they going to do? I mean, do you ask a family member? Do you ask a neighbor or friend? But then you're giving them your information. It's just really going to be tricky for the elderly to go out here and try and find how to navigate through this, because they're wanting you to come in person to identify who you are, not over the phone. But if you set up your account before March 31st, you can do all that online. But if you don't, everything you'll do will have to be done in person, because they want to identify you as being you and not some fraudulent person trying to get into your Social Security. So you guys, just stay safe, stay blessed, and watch out for scams. Check out this next video that I'm going to put up here. And you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.